All right, so with no further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Before we jump into the meat of things and start talking about trades, it's important to know that unique experiences and past performances do not guarantee future results. I think everyone here understands that. We know that trading involves risk, and we should never trade with anything other than risk capital because there is obviously an opportunity for loss. I'm going to pause for just a moment, give you an opportunity to read through that, and then we'll move on with our trading day. All right, that should be long enough. Close that down. No, we don't want to make any changes. All right, so what are we going to do for the day? Well, best place to start when we're first logging in and first getting ready to place our trades for the evening. Well, a couple of places. First stop should be over here at our Forex alerts. And Forex alerts, this is where Forex Joe every evening puts out for us his analysis and what's happening in the marketplace. He gives us an update, talks about where the market's been, what it's doing, and what to watch for out there. Then he moves on into the current analysis of the marketplace and then gives us buy and sell signals for a few of the major currency pairs. So for those of you that are brand new to the system, this is the place you'll want to start with your trading. So you go here. I'm not going to read all this for you, but you know, as you can read through this, it's very important. Some days there's more commentary than others. It just depends on what's been happening in the marketplace and what we're looking forward to. As you scroll down, you'll always see current market conditions analysis, and this is where we will begin finding the trades that Forex Joe will be alerting us to. Now, again, this you know, a lot of people might just jump in and scroll down right to here, but sometimes there's very important information up here that might keep you from getting into a trade too early. So very important to read the entire thing. But we're just going to go ahead and skip ahead right down here to the analysis and the trades that Forex Joe is giving us. So what we'll be looking at here is how we utilize our software to park the trades that Forex Joe is giving us in the evenings. So from your download section, you've probably gone ahead and you've already downloaded and installed the EA, which allows you to have the pending order software for FTT and whatnot. So when you go to your templates, you'll see your FTT market order, FTT pending order, currency trend tracker, currency control center, and then the pending order and market order softwares. So you'll have those there, and they look something like this. Some may have thicker white lines, which is the fast track trader. Some will look exactly like what you're seeing right here. And what I'm using is just simply the pending order software. It's the base of the systems, but it's a great spot to start when I show you how we're using this to draw our lines and look at the trades that we're placing from the report. So I have the pending order software up, and what I do is first thing we do is we pop over here and we see that Forex Joe has alerted us to here on the Euro USD. We have a buy and a sell, and then we have an experience trade down here. First, we're going to talk about the buy and the sell that are here at the top, and then we'll talk about the experience trade after we finish that up. So what I'm going to do now is just simply walk you through what we're doing here and how we use the software to park this trade. So we see that we have a buy listed at 32.64 on the Euro USD, and we have a sell at 32.44. Now this is important. Forex Joe always gives us a buy and a sell because we don't really know what the market's going to do, and we don't want to get tied to any specific direction. And that's very important. That's where a lot of mistakes happen when we're trading, is traders get kind of laser focused on a specific direction and keep, you know, when it starts moving against them, keep waiting for it to come back. It's going to come back, it's going to come back, it's going to come back, it's got to come back, it's got to go short, and it just keeps going longer and longer and longer, and then pretty soon when you've dug an even deeper hole, you'll get out of that trade. It's just a psychology, unfortunately. So Forex Joe always gives us a buy and a sell, because the market could go either way, and we want to be prepared for that. So in the evening, he's telling us to buy 32.64. We're going to take profit at 5 to 12 pips, or take profit 1, and then take profit 2 at 8 to 25 pips. And this is, again, is just for these scalpers trades. We're looking to try to get pips as the price breaks one direction or the other, and we want to lock them in quickly. If we're monitoring it live, you might stretch this to 10 pips. If you're just going to park the trade overnight, then you might feel comfortable leaving it at 5 pips. So let's go ahead and do that now, and we'll park one for both the buy and the sell. So when we have our pending order software up, we see the red and green lines. The green lines indicate our buy lines, and the red lines are our sell lines. So what we do is you can do this two ways. I'll do the buys one way, and then we'll do the sells the other. So we're going to buy 32.64. So what we would do here is we simply double-click the line, and we move it to where we'd like to enter the trade. So in this case, 32.64. Let me get this sell out of the way. Is right about here. And if you mouse over it, you can see it pops up a little thing that says buy entry 32.63.9. You can also see it over here, 32.64. So we've got our line where we want to set that trade. Then we would set our take profit, and we're going to set that at 8 pips or so. And take profit 2 down here. So, you know, for 32.64. There we go. So we'll set our take profit 1 and take profit 2. Again, what I did is these were off the screen. They were way up here. They were off my screen. So what I did in order to get to those is I simply dragged here on this vertical scale. I dragged it down so I could see more real estate, and I could grab those guys and drag them down where we want them. So once those are set, then we would also set our stop loss, which we want to keep it pretty tight. You know, we're not going to risk 30 pips to make 5 or, you know, to make 10. So, you know, we're going to keep our risk to reward pretty much 1-to-1 here. And so there we are. So that's set and that's ready. Now, I could either just simply move to buy and set my buy order now, or I could wait and set both of these and then move to buy and sell. So we'll do this again. So I'm just going to click move to buy. So now my buy order's on. It's pending, and it's waiting for price to move to that level and start off the trade. Now we'll do this again on the sell side. We have a sell down here at 32.44. So 32.44 is right up here. We'll get our sell order entered. And now you can move it, you can eyeball it just like I did, or if you want to be exactly on the number, you can simply right-click this. So you right-click it, and then you go to trend line properties. And here you can actually enter it exactly. If you want to be right at 32.44, then you just enter 32.44, 32.44, click OK, and boom, it's entered there for you. Same for your stop loss. You want to enter that, you know, about the same as your initial risk is going to be for take profit 1. So we would set our take profit 1. We can drag up our take profit 2, and then we simply click move to sell, and voila, that trade is on as well. So now we've got these orders on, exactly like Forex Joe had entered in the report, and now all we have to do is wait, and we'll wait for the markets to start moving and see if we can get some pips there. So that's all we do to enter these trades from Forex Joe's alerts. Typically entering these in Tokyo, right at the start of Tokyo, maybe a little bit dangerous. Sometimes it'll bounce first before it really gets going. A lot of times, and you'll get this down. You need to practice this and play with it, see what the best time of day is to enter these. But typically later, as we get more into the actual Tokyo session, towards London is usually the best time to enter these, because a lot of times in Tokyo you'll see it bounce the first time before it goes. And Forex Joe actually even alerts us to that in his report. May stall the first time in the Asian session. So you're really looking for these to kind of take off as we get into London. Next up, he's got an experience trade, and these experience trades are really more of a trade plan than they are just an actual trade alert. And what we're saying here is to sell 32.72, but we want to let the pair move up to 32.85, 32.95 first, and then reverse. So basically moving towards that 3,300, big whole number, looking for a reversal off of that. If it does reverse and push back, then we would enter at 32.72, looking to take profit at 10 to 20 pips for take profit 1, 25 to 50 for take profit 2. Again, that's really going to vary if you're actually live in the marketplace watching it, depending on what the current market conditions are, to see if that's feasible to go for 25 pips versus 10. So this is the experience trades. Typically are trades that you're going to want to take when you're live in the marketplace and actually watching this. You could park the trade if you did want to use the pending order software to park your trade. Then what you would do is you would simply, park your sell at 32.72, but you're going to have to keep your stop loss a little bit further out. And that's typically something I don't do at night because I don't want to risk, 25 pips to make 10. So I typically don't park the experienced trade orders, but depending on what your risk level is or depending on what your trading strategy is, you may choose to do that. So, but just keep in mind, if you are going to park this experienced trade, you do have to keep your stop out of the way so that it could, so price has the opportunity to move up here to 32.95. If it got that high, I would expect it to test 3,300 first. So you're going to have to keep it, a little bit beyond 3,300. So you have some room for price to move through there, and then you would sell that on the way back down at 32.72. So, but that's how you would enter those experienced trades if that's something that fits your plan and that you're comfortable with. So let's do this parking order. We'll park an order one more time over on the pound USD. So we'll just simply scroll down. The next trade alert that Forex Show has for us, or trade plan alert, I should say, is the pound US dollar. And he's just letting us know what's happening here, what we've seen for the last few sessions, where we're coming in for the strong areas of support or resistance. And then, of course, beyond that, he gives us our buy and our sell orders. So for the pound USD, we have a buy on at 57.29 and a sell at 56.99. 56.99. So we'll go ahead and enter that. And then, of course, there's also an experienced trade down here using the exact same methodology that we had earlier. So we're going to park these two orders, these scalpers orders, and then we'll, if you're trading live, you can park that one or trade it live. You don't even have to park it. If you're trading it live, you're going to wait for this to move to that area, and if it does reverse, then you're going to sell this 57.29. So let's go ahead and do that real quickly. We'll just show again how we use the system to park the orders for us. And all we would do is we would pop over here, 56. So we're looking for 57.29. Go over here, reset that template real quickly. All right, so just a second to tick over. Now we can reset the template. Now, so what we would do here is we would just simply move our lines exactly as we did before, and we're looking for 57.29, which is right about there, I think. And then we're going to look for take profit 1 pretty quickly, take profit 2, and we're going to keep our stop loss about the same, pretty tight. All right, so we parked that one, and then the sell is at 56.99, which is way up here. We're not quite through it yet, so we're actually trading right there. We're at 5,700 presently, 56.97. So I can't park this order. It actually won't let me park that order there. So what we'll do is we'll just keep our eye on that one. If you want to play that bounce off of the 5,700, then you would just move this up, and when you're able to get in, you could use your market order software if you wanted to take that trade right now, or you could wait a little bit further into Asia and then set this trade and park it. So for now, we can park the buy order, but we're not going to be able to park the sell right away until price moves a little bit beyond that 56.99 area, one direction or the other. So we've got the buy on right now, and we'll wait to park that sell. But ultimately, the same process. We just simply move our lines, and those are there. The cool thing about the EA, the chart trader EA, the pending order, or even the market order, is once you've set your take profit 1 and take profit 2 and your stop loss, the trade's ready to be managed for you. So as long as your computer does not go to sleep, so keep in mind, don't let it go into sleep mode. If it's sleeping, it can't react for you. You know what your maximum risk is, but beyond that, once your take profit is hit, the software automatically moves your stop loss to break even +1. So it locks in your profit and ensures that you have a profitable trade. So a lot of times, depending on what you're doing, what your trading method is, sometimes you'll get up 8-10 pips. You might look to peel off a third of your trade. If you don't have the software managing that for you, then you've still got your stop loss where it was. So you've peeled off a third, but you still have a stop loss that's at a minus 10 or 12, and it could very easily move back against you and take you out of the entire trade. So we set this up so that when your first take profit is hit, stop loss moves and automatically locks in your profit so that you have a winning trade, and we don't have to worry about manually managing that or having the trade reverse against us, taking us out for a loss when we had profit on the table. So software is pretty cool and definitely helps us keep track of what we're trading and how we're trading it. So that's how we park those orders. The next thing that I like to do, and by the way, this Forex Joe has these for a number of currency pairs. We have it for the USD Swissy, and we've also got it in here for the US CAD and the US Aussie. So Forex Joe's put together quite a few experienced trades and scalper buy sell trades for you tonight. You'll normally see that typically at a minimum on 3 and sometimes up to 5 pairs right here with Forex Joe's alerts along with his commentary. The next thing I like to do on Monday nights is I like to set myself up for the remainder of the week. And what I do to do that is I utilize a daily report. And we'll see this report utilized in the morning when I actually am trading live. Typically my trading hours are during that US and London overlap. So the US session comes online about 7 a.m. my time, and I trade that for the first few hours of the morning. And I utilize the daily reports under live market conditions, and we'll show that tomorrow as we begin trading. It's the same thing we did actually during non-farm payroll on Friday, where we picked up some nice moves on the pound, on the Euro USD, and I got stopped out on the yen, but ultimately came out positive for pips, so that was a good thing. And that's what we do every day. We utilize that same methodology and this daily report. But what I do on Mondays is a little bit different because I'm not really looking to park trades at night. I like to trade when I'm up and watching the market and can get a feel for what the current condition is. So I'm not big on parking trades overnight. I like to let things play out as I can manage them. But there's some homework we can always do at the beginning of the week that'll help us for the remainder of the week. And utilizing this report helps us with that by identifying the key channels. And what I mean by a key channel is I like to use this report to look for areas where we're seeing the short term, which is the daily, the mid-term, which is the weekly, and the long-term channel, which is our monthly, all lining up at the same number. That's really showing me a significant level of support or resistance at that area. So what we're seeing here for the Euro USD, first one we're looking at, is we see 33.29. So 33.29 is our daily channel top, but there's a little bit extra here because we're seeing that number repeated all the way up the chain. So that's telling me that 33.29, if price pushes up there, that I have a very high probability of seeing price stop, stall, or maybe even reverse at that level. So that's telling me that if we can move to 33.29, which is way up here, that I should really be looking to sell that to sell that Euro USD. So 33.29 is our channel top way up here, and because it is a heavy channel, what I might like to do is I'll take that and I'll actually color code it. And I usually use purple for my support and my resistance lines, but if it's a heavy level like that, a repeating channel, a 3 of 3 channel, then I'll take this and I'll color code it red and maybe even make it a little bit thicker so that so it just stands out to me and going, hey, watch me, watch this level. If price moves to here, there's a good chance that we're going to see it reverse or at least stall before it gets there. Now, does that mean it absolutely will? No, of course not. I mean, just because the line's there doesn't mean price is going to stop. But it's got a high probability because it is such a heavy channel. It's a channel top on 3 different levels, short-term, mid-term, and long-term, that if price moves there, we would expect it to at least blip down and get some pips for us. So we can use that level to park an order, or if we're trading it live, just to watch for price getting here, and we would look to see if we couldn't pick up some pips on a reversal off of this. Now, there are times when you get, an announcement or a lot of momentum behind a trade, and it'll just blow through one of these levels and go for another 30, 40, 50 pips. But typically, when you see a level like that, that's a 3 of 3 channel, you'll see it retested multiple times during the course of that trading week. So you know, I would expect, even if it does break it and you know, moves well beyond it, I would normally expect it to come back and retest that level before it moved on. So typically it'll give you a chance to get out of it if you are in that trade. So but I always trade with stop losses. I would recommend you always trade with stop losses. Don't get too comfortable in price coming back, because it doesn't have to. no matter how much you beg and plead, it may not get back down there. So always trade with a stop loss. But 33.29, we're gonna keep an eye on that. That's a great channel to watch for the week. And initially, since we're trading below it, if price pushes to there, I'm gonna look to sell it off of that, take profit quickly, but also keep my risk very low. You know, at the 10 pip max range on this, and then look to grab profit at, you know, 8 to 10 pips on a reversal, and sometimes that's your catalyst for a, you know, a good 100, 200 pip move. You know, Forex Joe's always told us that a swing trade is just a scalp trade that we haven't closed yet. They all start off the same way. All the trades start the exact same way. We're going to look to take profit, lock it in, and then we start peeling off the rest of the trade as things move for us. So there we have 33.29, big level to watch. And we can utilize this report to do the exact same thing. We just keep moving through. We've got 22 currency pairs listed on here. And you know, we can just simply scroll through. Here's kind of an interesting thing. This is a 2 of 3 channel on the pound USD, 56.95, that 5,700 area. We've got 56.95 as a channel top on the daily and weekly level. So that's a 2 of 3 channel. Now, not quite as strong as a 3 of 3, so that may not be one I'm real excited about, but under live market conditions, and we'll see this in the morning, we might want to pay a little bit closer attention to that as we move up to that area. You know, if we move to that area, we might be looking to take some different trades off of it. But right now, 56.95, pretty darn strong. 2 of 3, pretty darn strong area. So that might be one you mark. I typically only mark the 3 of 3 channels on my Sunday night or Monday night setup. You know, so I'm only really looking for the 3 of 3s at this point. But you know, depending on what history you've had and how well you've watched it, you might choose to park a 2 of 3 level as well. But I'm going to pass on that one. The other number we have down here is 50.79. For those that have been with us for a while, know that 50.79 has been a significant area of support for us here on this pound dollar. We've seen that area tested numerous times over the course of the year and has really reversed for a great pip gain quite a few times so far this year. So keep your eye on that one. Moving down to the U.S. Swissy. On the daily level, nothing really lining up, so I'm going to move on. You do have 94.67 up here on the weekly and monthly, so just kind of a number for your back pocket. If it's got a lot of momentum and really pushed through here, you might be watching 94.67 if you were able to get up there. So just another number to keep your eye out for if price does push through. But for now, on the daily level, I'm not seeing anything that really excites me. I'm looking for the 3 of 3 channels. Scrolling on down, U.S. yen 99.67, another big number for us. Back in January, February timeframe, you know, this price, you know, price was on that tear off of what was it, like 70 on the way up, and price stopped and reversed off of 99.67 2 or 3 times before it finally broke through and pushed to 103.5. So big number for us. It's also, we've already seen this over the course of the last 2 weeks. 99.67 has played a very significant role for us here in the U.S. yen. As a matter of fact, today, or this past session, you know, price had pushed down during non-farm payroll. It pushed off of 99.67, and it opened, lo and behold, right at 99.67. So you can see the significance of this number, and it's been just bouncing. You can't really figure out what to do here from 99.67. So significant number for a significant level. In fact, we could color code that one because it is a 3 of 3 channel. We could go ahead and color code that one red as well, just to you know, kind of be consistent and show that this is a significant level we want to really keep our eye on as we're trading over the course of this week. And this level has been respected for the past few weeks here on the U.S. yen. Moving on. Nothing here on the U.S. CAD where it lines up. Obviously, we get down here to parity with the dollar down below, and we see that that lines up on a weekly and monthly, but nothing right here for the immediate term that we're concerned about. Here, Aussie USD, you've got some 2 of 3 channels. 92.70, yeah, it could be a good number, something to watch. You know, I'm really concerned about the 3 of 3, but sometimes those 2 of 3 channels have some significance as well. I mean, obviously, you know, we're looking at support and resistance, so the heavier, the more times that's repeated, obviously the stronger it gets. So 2 of 3 channel is pretty darn strong, 3 of 3 being the strongest. And it just takes you a second. You can scroll through all of these pretty darn quickly just to see if there's anything that's lining up. And here we go, the pound yen 56.29 lining up on a 3 of 3 level. And you may not trade all of these. Obviously, there are some currency pairs that have higher spreads than others, so you know you may choose to stay away from those. But you know, obviously that's up to your discretion. You know, just keeping in mind things like the Aussie New Zealand, the Euro New Zealand, the Pound New Zealand. Those are going to be, you know, 10, 12, 15 pip spreads. There are also some, you know, that have 7, 8 pip spreads that you might stay away from. It just depends on your trading style and what you're doing. I mean, if you're a swing trader and you're looking for 100 pips, then, you know, 10 pip spread's not going to kill you. But you can just scroll through here. It just takes you a couple of minutes to do this. And this is a really quick setup that we can use for the remainder of the week to find the areas that we really want to trade. Here we go in the Aussie CAD 9,500 lining up on the short-term, mid-term, and long-term level. That might be one if that's a pair that you trade that you could mark. And you know, if price moves through there, you'll know what to do. And, you know, we're currently trading above this, so if price pushes down, this is a channel bottom at 9,500. So if price pushes down, initially we'd look for a bounce off of 9,500. Now again, just because it's a 3 of 3 channel doesn't mean it's definitely going to do that. There's no definites in trading, but it just gives us a higher probability. We're seeing that lining up as a channel bottom, short-term, mid-term, and long-term. So if price pushes down to that level, we would expect it to have a higher probability of bouncing and locking in some pips, 8 to 10 pips at least on take profit 1. And if it continues to go back up from there, fabulous. If it doesn't, it comes back and it takes us out at break even plus 1 because our software is protecting our profit, protecting our trade. So, but again, we like to watch these pairs. If we're trading above it and it's a channel bottom, then you're going to look for a buy. If you're trading below it and you've got a channel top, it's a 3 of 3, you're initially going to look for a sell. Pretty simple stuff. We're just simply playing the channels. Here again, pound Swissy, you've got a channel bottom at 45.64. So just scroll through there. Just takes you a couple of minutes to set yourself up for the week. I only trade a couple of currency pairs. I don't look at all 22. Some people do. It just depends on your trading style. But utilizing this method, I just focus on 3 currency pairs. And those are the ones that we trade in class. Sometimes I do trade the Euro Yen, and that's really it. I just look at those, get ourselves set up for the week, draw my lines, and then as the week moves on and progresses, I'm in a position that whenever price moves to a certain level, I know exactly why I've got a line there and what I can do with it when price gets there. So it's a great way to set yourself up utilizing this daily report. Now, we're back in the morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, and we'll be trading live market conditions. I'll be placing trades, utilizing this report in a little bit more depth. We'll look at where price is at the time, and then we'll go through our entire daily routine where we look at, you know, what's happening in the futures market, what's happening with upcoming news, what's happening, you know, with our current range. Where are we with the current range? Where does it normally move? And then we utilize the rest of this report with our support resistance numbers and trend information to identify trades that we can take into live market conditions. So that's it for now. We've moved through how to use the software. We've talked about how to use the software in conjunction with the daily reports that Forex Show puts out, and we've gone through the 22 currency pair daily report and we've looked for the key channels, which are our 3 of 3 levels to mark our charts and start keeping in mind levels that we want to trade from when price gets there. So I think we've accomplished everything we set out to accomplish today. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I don't know if Forex Joe's on with us or not. It looked like he might be in the room. So I'll give it just a second. If you are here, Forex Show, you could mic up if there's anything you'd like to add. Otherwise, we can wrap it up. Okay, so that might have just been one of the recorders logged in as Forex Joe. So he must not be here with us tonight. He may be back in the morning as we move through live market conditions for our trading day. So let's go ahead. Oh, let's see. I think there might be a question coming in. I'd like to know how. Okay, Clarence. So Clarence, thank you very much. Signed up for the non-farm payroll. Yeah, FXDD has some issues with our software. I would recommend ILQ. Alpari works fine. Alanda works fine. FXDD, for some reason, over the past few years, we've just never been able to get it to work. There's something funky with their version of MT4. But you can get a free demo account through Alpari or ILQ. There's some links on our members area. Just click there and you can sign up for a demo account, and then that would allow you to trade. Forex.com, I've never tested Forex.com, so I don't know on that one. I mean, they're owned by Gain nowadays, so I don't think we have any issues there. How do you access the 9 a.m. session? Same way you access this one, Ted. You just simply, so let me go back over to the members area. You just go over to your members area and go to Forex Live, go to the schedule, and then down here for the month of September. Oh, it's not tomorrow. I'm sorry, I had the wrong date. For some reason, I was thinking I had Monday and Tuesday. That's the rest of the month. I have Monday night and then Tuesday morning. It's actually Wednesday. So good thing we looked at this. I'd be sitting here tomorrow morning wondering why nobody's with me trading. So we're back actually on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. And you just simply pop over here and click that area. When you click it, it brings up the register button, and then you can just register for your class. For your downloads, if you guys haven't already downloaded the systems, you simply go over here to downloads, click that, and it'll walk you through the install. There's also some downloads under Forex Live if you want the kind of cleaner version, if you will, less stuff on your screen like I was just showing you. You can download that there. Also, under the Forex Live tab is the daily regimen. This is what I use every day while I'm walking through my trading, while I'm setting up trading. And I tell you guys, this has been a lifesaver because it's so easy to open up your charts and your mind will go, oh, man, that looks like a great spot to sell. Just go ahead and sell, Brian. And you just want to hit the button, and very impulsive. You can be trading, I think, because of the electronic nature of it and the ease in which you can get into a trade or get out of a trade. It's very, very easy to get sucked into making some impulsive decisions. This daily regimen for live trading is our checklist, and it's great about keeping our finger off the button and gathering all the important information before we trade. So I really encourage you to go there under the Forex Live, under downloads, and print out a few copies of your daily trading regimen. And this walks us through everything that we do. It ensures that we're looking at what news is coming up. It ensures that we're watching our support resistance levels that are identified in the daily report, that we're capturing our channel information, everything that we need to make an educated decision on what we're trading and why we're trading it. It also serves as a trading log for you so that you know, okay, I've got my notes here, I entered this one long at this price, here's why. So if you want to go back and review your trades, for the week, you can just simply thumb through here, look at the setup that you chose and why you chose it. And that's very important. It's a good idea to keep a log of what you're trading it and why you're trading it so that you can go back and do that post-trade analysis. There are going to be times when everything is absolutely 100% spot on and the trade's going to go against you. That's just part of trading. But there's other times when you do everything right and it goes beautifully, and you want to know, you just want to double check that. Did I do everything I could to get a good trade? And those trades, typically for me, when I end up losing significantly on a trade, is because I haven't followed this process and really taken the time to keep my finger off the button and think through what I'm trading and why I'm trading it. So I highly encourage you to go ahead and download this daily regimen. It's a great tool, and it can really help you overcome some of the impulsiveness that can sometimes creep up when we're entering trades, because our mind wants to recognize patterns wherever it can. So we need to make sure that we're looking at things properly and taking all the right nuances into account before we actually put our hard-earned money on the line. So definitely download that. All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap it up. We've been here for about 40 minutes, 37 minutes, and we've gone through quite a bit of stuff. We'll be back on Wednesday with Forex Live. We'll be trading live at 9 a.m. Eastern, live market conditions, utilizing this daily regimen along with the daily report and the current blips of the chart to figure out where we're going to place some trades. So thanks for being with us, and we will see you guys on Wednesday. Have a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye.